Yeah, well, here's my frustration with the lack of loyalty to the local church with regard to my generation. Is we've so denigrated the church, taken the luster off of her, okay, that my generation always thinks that somehow when you leave the church, you're going from a lesser to a greater, right? The church has problems, so let me leave it. As if my spiritual walk with God is going to be stronger, my motivation to get in the scriptures is going to be greater, my Christian accountability is going to be more there by being out of the local church than in the local church. Now, like everything, it's never so black and white. We kind of have some halfway steps by thinking, well, I've got Christian friends. Well, I'll just stay in my small group or whatever. And so we kind of do that bridge in a halfway step of assuming that we still have elements of the Christian thing there. But ultimately what ends up happening is we end up just calling ourselves Christians and having some Christian friends and a bunch of non-Christian friends and hobbies that we're into and whatever else it is. And slowly but surely, we don't have the praise and the worship, the kids' ministry, the older women that pray for the people in the church, the teaching of the word that somehow God does something with, the benefit of elders or shepherds that are responsible for the spiritual health of the flock and to make sure that they're guarding against heresy or false doctrine. And we don't have the collective ministry of the church to the poor or to the world. And we never realize all the benefits of the local church. And when we cut ourselves off, we kind of die a slow death. And so there's an illusion or a delusion that my generation has that somehow when we step out of the local church, we're moving from a lesser to a greater. And I think that's a lie. I think it's a lie. And I am desperate to try to find the language to help expose that lie so that my generation gets it and goes, oh. Now, it's a really hard thing, though, because for my generation, once something's been labeled uncool or that we're better than that or that's an outdated mode, it's really hard to get a paradigm shift again for them to all of a sudden see that uncool thing as good again, as desirable, as having a measure of glory in it, of having the mark of Christ on it, that it's His body, right? So there's a lot of work that I'm trying to lean into there, and I don't know quite how to fully do it, but that's a significant thing for me because, as I've said before, I don't care about the local church because I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor because I first, as a Christian, was given by God a passion for the local church. I mean, I'll be frank with you. I hate the title pastor. I mean, it doesn't accrue anything to you. It's only one notch above priest, right? In terms of American culture and how you size up professions or titles. It's not like a lot accrues to that. I much rather prefer the title leader or teacher or shepherd or whatever, church planter. But I'm not I don't care about the local church because I'm a pastor. It's the other way around. I was given a passion for the local church, and because of that, I serve her as a pastor. That's my primary calling. And so I've got a lot of work to do, and I love finding brothers and sisters that have the same passion for trying to speak into their generation or my generation and to try and quicken or rekindle a love for the local church. I think it's a fun game, and I think it's a necessary thing that we're doing.